1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Howdy folks, thanks for checking out the lesson here for East Virginia Blues. As you just saw and heard, I played through the tune 2 times and did 2 different arrangements. The first time, very Carter style, beginner, straight ahead arrangement. And then the second time, I moved up the neck, played on a very sweet portion of the fretboard, and it's kind of in that advanced beginner to intermediate, and we're just kind of working on playing things real nice and soft and tender. All while following the melody right on the head. We're gonna walk through that first arrangement right now. We're gonna put the tabs on the screen and bring the camera in. If you wanna access the full-length lesson and access both of the arrangements, download all the tabs and the audio tracks, click the link in the description to learn how. All right, so real quick, I am doing this lesson in the key of E, this arrangement in the key of E. I have the capo on the 4th fret. I'm playing out of C position. And again, that sounds the key of E, right? Here's the actual bass note, the E note. So capo 4 out of C position, and it sounds the key of E. And I've chosen the capo largely because it sounds sweeter, brighter, almost like more gentle or tender. And it just kind of gives that feel that I was looking for or inspired to play like. So yeah, let's put the tabs up on the screen. So here's those first 4 measures for you. Has a pickup there, starts on beat 2, and then measure 2 is kind of the first full measure of the piece. That's when the chord progression begins. So here it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Some real straight ahead Carter style things going on right there. Again, I had that pickup on beat 2. It starts on the low string, the A string, 3rd fret there. We'll just call it the C bass note for now, right? But it is, again, sounding the key of E, but we'll just refer to everything in out of the C shape. So C bass note, 2 8th notes there, down, up, and then 0-2 hammer on the D string, and then an open G. Then measure 2, I hammer 0-2 on the D string, and then I strum. So that strumming pattern real quick, because I'm going to be using it an awful lot here. I'll be using some just traditional, alternate bass strumming patterns, but I will also be using this one as well, and it's slightly syncopated. You see the lines over there connecting notes. That's a tie. And so creates a little bit of a syncopation there, and it's up, down, up. So I'm gonna do just the strum, down, up, okay? Or 2, 3, and 4, and. Now you could do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I've taken out the down, the beat 3 downstroke. You can have it in there. It just sounded a little too choppy to me, and this is small, but again nuanced, and it just adds a little bit more of the feel that I'm going for. So without going on and on about it, I just want to make you aware and kind of why I'm doing it. But 1, 2, 3, and 4, and also note that I am always keeping my right hand moving even when I'm not hitting the strings, okay? That's super important. You don't want to, it's got to be like a pendulum. It has to keep going back and forth even if you don't hit them. So 1, 2, and 4. And I'm exaggerating for example's sake, but I don't want, okay, that gets me out of rhythm. Okay, so I won't talk about that anymore because we're gonna be doing it a lot, but I wanted to cover it. Felt like it was important. 2, 3, and 4. And All right, then going on, and 2 on the D, quarter note there, and then 3 on the A, quarter note, open D, 0, 2 hammer on the D. Then the next measure, open D, 3rd fret A. So the melody kind of ends on beat 2, which might also seem a bit syncopated. A lot of times the melody would maybe end on like a beat 1, right? And it kind of sounds a little bit more resolved. Not that it's not resolving, but the timing might seem a bit awkward. And essentially we have darn near the exact same kind of strumming pattern right here. It's just that I'm tying the bass note over, so the melody note. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the tie is still there. It's all exactly in the same spot. So now I put all 4 of those together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Then moving on here, the next 4. Okay, measure 5, I play that bass note, the C note, and I do a down up strum here. Then I kind of pick up into the 4 chord or the F chord, 2 on the D, open G. And then measure 6, we go to F. I'm going to play the open G and hammer 2, and then I'm gonna get my bar into place all at the same time, right? So up, down, up. Here's the same strumming pattern that I talked about earlier that I said I wasn't gonna talk about, but here it is. 1 and 2, 3, up, down, up. Okay, and then moving on, 2 on the G, 3 on the A, so a little bit of a skip, as you notice, or skip a string in the right hand. Then 0, 2 hammer on the D, open G, and then back to C, and my hand's already kind of in the C shape, right? So then we land on the D string, down, up, low string 3rd fret, down, up. There's more of an alternate bass style approach right there in measure 8. Okay, so those 4 here, measure 5, 2, ready, go. Then if I put, let's do the first 8 all together. So 2, 3, 4, 1. Moving on, the next 4. Up, down, up. So measure 9, we play 3rd fret A, it's a C bass note, then a down up, and then 2 open G strings here, 2 quarter notes. I did that slightly different than before. But 3, 4, and then we do the exact same thing here on the F chord, 0, 2 hammer on the G, then a strum, down, up, measure 11, 2 on the G, 3 on the A, 0, 2 hammer on the D, open G. That's exactly the same. So I do the exact same thing both times over the F chord, okay, for this first arrangement. Then here I change it slightly because that's the melody changes. 2-0 pull on the D, then down to the low string 3rd fret. Or the A, I should say the A string, sorry. It's one of the low strings. Up, down, up. And there's our syncopated strum again, right? Those 4 in context. 2, ready, go. More time for me. Ready, go. last 4 measures of the piece. Pretty simple. That last note is not on the screen, perhaps. So measure 13, we come back to the C bass note there, and we do a down up strum, 0-2 hammer on the D, open G. Then measure 14, we go to the G chord, but we're gonna play the D bass note, right? That's where the melody is. Open D string, sorry, D note, D string, same thing here. And then we do that strum, 2, 3, and 4, and measure 15, open D, down up, 0-2 hammer, open D again, and then measure 16, go back to the C chord, bass note, then down up, 0-2 hammer on the D, open G, first fret B, kind of a mini C run, if you will. So those last 4, 2, ready, go. So there's the lesson for the first arrangement. If you want to download the tabs, the audio tracks, get the slow walkthrough clips of both of these arrangements, and get full access to the second arrangement as well, click the link in the description below me. Otherwise, you can watch some other videos around me if you're on YouTube. So, yep, hope you enjoy and take care.